I don't know. I don't really even remember my last ODI, but yeah, nice to get back out there and get the rhythm, get the blood flowing in a run chase, and yeah, I suppose scrape over the line after we lost a few wickets at the back end there. But it was nice to get the job done in the end. Probably lost a few too many wickets and made it a little bit closer, but yeah, nice to get it done.
I was going to say, was it one of those ones where you never really felt like you're in complete control? Like you're always sort of ahead, but never far enough ahead, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it felt like the run rate throughout most of the innings was, I suppose, at a controllable rate. But I suppose with the conditions, always keeping the spinners in the game, and there's still been a little bit of movement for the quicks, even with their change up. So I suppose on that pitch that you're never 100% over the line until that last ball gets over the rope. So as I said, nice to have the job done.
Mel.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Maxie. You mentioned the conditions there. At what stage did you realise that it was a used pitch? And do you think if you're going to get similar kinds of conditions over there, do you think it might look to sort of play another spinner as well?
We knew it was used as soon as we turned up. We knew it was the same wicket as the T20 wicket we played on, and but yeah, I think we would have been probably looking to bat first on that to try and make the most of it. And before it got chewed up, and we saw it, obviously it got pretty tired towards the end there. But hopefully with that rain, it might have helped us a little bit as well. But I'm sure we'll probably face similar conditions, especially when we go to Colombo in a few days' time. Looks like we've got a fresh wicket here for the next game. Potentially, I don't know, they might roll up the same one. But yeah, I suppose when we get to Colombo, I'm sure there'll be similar tricky conditions.
And it sort of seems to be a bit of the theme, though, that obviously spin is going to be doing well there, and they've got someone who comes in like a debutant who bowls really well as the likes of Hasaranga. And can you just give us an idea of how much you've been discussing as a team, bearing in mind the World Cup's in India next year, just how much you need to use these 5 ODIs as a way to really work out your plan and I guess your team makeup as well?
We haven't really talked about that at all. I think we've been talking about how best individually we're going to, I suppose, do our role with the battle ball, and that's all we've been focused on. You can't probably think too far ahead, especially we want to win this series, so we've got to stay in the now and making sure that we're trying to win every game on this tour. And Sri Lanka are very strong in their own conditions, and we know that, and they make the most of them. They get a couple of wickets and all of a sudden the whole momentum of the game changes and the crowd gets involved, and it can be a very daunting place to be there. But to be able to, I suppose, combat that is a really good sign that we're moving in the right direction. I know in the past we've had our troubles on these sorts of surfaces, but I feel like we're making a step in the right direction with our middle order performing nicely.
Thank you.
Jack Pater.
Hey, Maxie, well batted tonight. How's Ash's side looking? And you've obviously got a few issues with bowlers going down at the moment. How would that impact the ability to play 2 spinners down the track?
Yeah, well, we've still got Mitch Swepson in the side, so he's been ready for an opportunity for a while. He's still been bowling really well and had his opportunity to play for Australia before. So if Ash doesn't come up, we know we've got a good replacement in Sweppo there. So I'm not sure how Ash is at the moment, but I'm sure he'll have a scan tomorrow to see if he can get through the last few ODIs.
How did he go sort of batting with you there towards the end? He looked like he's struggling a bit to make good contact with it. Was that due to the side?
Maybe, I'm not sure. It was more about having someone to bat with me for a little bit longer at the end, and I suppose my role in that position was to keep going at the rate I was going with, because it didn't feel like I was taking big risks to score boundaries. I was still trying to do it with good cricket shots and hit the gaps, but for a new batter starting, it was just difficult to get going. I suppose I just gave Ash the job to stick with me and make sure we didn't lose any more wickets, and unfortunately got that one that ragged square, and that was that.
And just one more quick one. You've obviously taken a few, spectacular catches in your own time. What did you make of David Warner's catch tonight?
Yeah, it was a nice catch, wasn't it? Went opposite-handed reverse across his body, which is probably as difficult as it gets. I don't think he thought he was going to get there, so he sort of threw a hander and it just stuck. So he was pretty happy with himself running around, and it was certainly a wicket we needed at that time. So we need more moments of brilliance like that. I don't think we fielded our best today. It was a bit sloppy. The ground wasn't that even, but we still made some errors, and it's something we've probably got to clean up in the next few games.
Last one, folks. Back to Scotty for one more.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Maxie, just wondering that there was a nice moment at the end there with you and the young spinner who was on debut. Firstly, what was said there, and secondly, had you had a chance to see him much at all? Like, had you guys looked at vision from him in the Under-19s World Cup where he did a bit of job on the Aussies or anything like that?
I'd never seen him before, and I just say congratulations on your debut. Hope you remember it for a long time. It's a special day, and that was it. But yeah, he bowled pretty tightly and got a couple of wickets as well. As I said, it feels like there's a new Sri Lankan spinner that comes out every time we play against him, and they've still got Sandakan. I can't think of the others they've still got the off spinner that played in the Australia A game. They've got still a fair few guys that they can sort of call upon. I suppose in case Hassaranka potentially is injured, so they've got plenty of cover there, and there's always some new footage that you have to look at before a game, and he actually bowled pretty nicely.
Thanks, Scotty, and thanks to Glenn Maxwell for joining us this evening, guys. Thanks again, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow afternoon.